War. War never changes.
All right, after much anticipation, the Fallout show has finally been released. It's on Amazon Prime. I think the whole season's up there. And I've watched the first 2 episodes. I was a little worried about the show going in. The original, trailers for the show didn't look very good. There were some details in the trailer that made it seem like the show was going to be taking more inspiration from like Fallout 4 as opposed to like New Vegas or Fallout 3. But I am pleasantly surprised after watching these first 2 episodes. I'm kind of loving the show right now, and I couldn't be more happy to be wrong about my initial prediction about the show. I really thought the show was just going to be centered around one main character, but it is an ensemble cast. There's multiple main characters that we're following already. And I love how the first episode opens and it shows the world right before the bombs are about to be dropped, and it shows the bombs being dropped and the anarchy that ensues. I just love that opening. But once again, that's an opening that really harkens back to Fallout 4, which, I thought Fallout 4 had a great beginning to the game. I thought that was a great way to start the Fallout game, And they kind of do a little bit of the same thing in the show with their own spin on it. If you don't know, Jonathan Nolan, Christopher Nolan's brother, who, helped write the Dark Knight films and stuff, he is one of the head writers for the show and also one of the main directors. He directed the first 2 episodes here that I'm watching. I was a little surprised by that. I didn't know that going in, but when the credits pop up and it says directed by Jonathan Nolan, I was like, wow, pleasantly surprised that he did such a good job. I guess all those years working with his brother kind of paid off, But yeah, the show's really high quality. If you didn't know any better, you probably would assume it's an HBO show by the level of quality that it's at. And I loved the first episode. I thought that was a great way to kick off the show because you get, you harken back to Fallout 4, but you also harken back to Fallout 3. And the main premise of Fallout 3 is that your dad has left the vault and you got to leave the vault to go find your dad. That is the opening of Fallout 3. And in this show, the first episode, pretty much the same thing happens. Your father gets kidnapped out of the vault and you got to go find him. His daughter has to go find him. And the way they set up the vaults was super interesting. They had Vault 33, right next to Vault 32. I'd never really seen this in the games where the vaults are connected and stuff like that. But in this situation, in this vault, they have to marry somebody in the other vault. So they're not marrying their own cousins and stuff like that. And the show did a great job at revealing that the Vault 32 dwellers were raiders. They broke into Vault 32 and killed all the residents. And now they're trying to do the same thing to Vault 33. And, I love how the show shows you that these vault dwellers aren't who they say they are, because some of them have scars and stuff like that. And instantly, when I saw that they had scars, you're thinking, why would they have any scars on them? They're in a vault their whole life. So instantly, something's wrong. And then the second she puts her Pip-Boy up to him and sees that he's radiated, then, oh my God, these are raiders. This is a great way to start a Fallout show. Introduce the raiders right off the bat, because those are usually the first enemies that you're going to encounter, other than the rad roaches, right? So just a great start to the show. I really loved it. It really got me invested and into it. I really thought the female character was going to annoy me. I really thought that was going to just bug me, how it was just shoehorned into the show, but they flesh out her character. She is super naive. She's super vulnerable. She almost dies in the first 10 minutes. So right away, she has a learning curve to do in the show. She has to get better if she's going to survive. I like that. Oh, and them introducing stim packs. It's like the miracle, shot that they just shoot themselves up and they're magically healed straight out of the video game. And they introduced Jet. The raider was taking Jet as he's attacking our main character. And that was just a great detail too. These little Easter egg details are not just throwaway Easter eggs. They're actually world building and they're intricate to the story that's happening. And I wonder if we're ever going to see a VATS type system being used in the show, how it slows down time and you pick which body parts to shoot. I wonder if there's ever going to be a moment like that. That's not really a main concern of mine. I just think it'd be cool if that was in the show. But, another cool thing that's in the show that you get more of in episode 2 is the Brotherhood of Steel. And you actually get to see the armor, get to see inside the armor and stuff. And it has the same layout it would in the video games. And that's just an awesome fucking detail. the companion, the dog companion that looks the same as dog meat from the video games. It's just, there's a lot of love and care put into the show, and I could tell that already by the first 2 episodes. And I am more than happy to be wrong about my initial presumption about what this show was and what it was going to be, because they are nailing tons of details. And it's getting its rightful praise right now. I haven't seen the whole show yet, but right now we're sitting at a 93% Rotten Tomatoes, 8.6 out of 10 on IMDb. Like, that's really high for IMDb. People are loving the show. And, one of the main characters, played by Walton Goggins, I forget how to say his name, but he's a great actor, and he has a great role here where he plays a ghoul that's like an excellent shot and stuff. And he was like the original like ad campaign guy for Vault-Tec and stuff like that. At least that's what it looked like from the beginning of the show. And he's lived like 200 plus years being a ghoul, and he's stealing the show. Every scene he's in, he's stealing the show, and I couldn't be more than happy to see this actor in this role. He is killing it. I always knew he was a great actor. Everything he's in, he's always draws your eye, and he's doing great in this show. And God, I can't wait to watch the rest of the show. I'm kind of pacing myself. I watched 2 episodes back to back, and I'll probably watch one more tonight and stuff, and just taking it slow. It's already been renewed for season 2. It's off to a great start. I can't wait to see how this first season ends. I kind of like the comedy of the show. The comedy's very good. Just like the video game, there's a lot of funny moments in the game. There's also a lot of like horror moments, and I think they're kind of capturing that too with the show. And the music is kind of on point. They have I Don't Want to Set the World on Fire. That's the credit song for episode 2. So they have the classic songs from the game. That's another thing I was worried about. Were they able to get the licensing for some of these songs? And they did. I can't wait to hear what else they got in the show. It's just great. I'm having a great time watching it so far. And that's all I got to say for now. I'm loving the show. Can't wait to watch more. Comment below. Let me know what you think of the Fallout show so far. I've not finished it yet, so no spoilers yet. I will probably finish it by the end of the month and give my full review about it. But yeah, loving it so far. Loving the main characters. Can't wait to see where it goes. Love all the Easter eggs. Like, if you're a big Fallout fan, you played all the games, you're going to notice every little Easter egg. And they're not just throwaways. They're there for a reason. And I've already seen like several bobbleheads in the show so far, which is hilarious because that's like the main collectible in the Fallout games is the bobbleheads. And they're just everywhere in the show. And it's great. But yeah, that's it for now. Comment below, let me know what you think of the show so far, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye-bye for now.